Welcome to Verbal Quick Radio, where we give you a verbal image of life, and we are everyday people. I'd like to welcome you all to the show, a great show, a unique show, a show that's like none other. So let's roll. Cheddar Man, for those of you who haven't heard, Cheddar Man is the remains of a person, a man, found in Europe that goes back to, I would say 5,000, let's say 4,000 to 5,000 years ago. And I'll explain that in a minute. But Cheddar Man, and I don't know why they named him Cheddar Man, but Cheddar Man was a dark-skinned black man with straight hair and blue eyes that they determined was part of the people who either created or the white race came from. This is Black History Month. So Black History Month, we're showing the creation of man by black man. So once again, if you're celebrating Black History Month, you're celebrating life for all people on the planet. And so now some ask, well, how did black people wind up in Europe? Now, blacks populated every part of this planet, from the Aborigines in Australia to the Amazons to ancient China to the Indus Valley in India to the Olmecs in Mexico, the mound builders from Mississippi on, from the Mississippi Nile or the Mississippi River, Peru, you name it, Spain. I mean, we can go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Now, this Cheddar Man, it agrees with Master Muhammad's, Honorable Elijah Muhammad's, when they were talking about Yaqub. Who was Yaqub? Yaqub was a scientist that grafted white out of black. And I know a lot of people heard Brother Farrakhan speak upon this subject, numerous times, giving you the explanation on the races. Now, Cheddar Man, then, which means that in that process, he was getting closer to white because the blue eyes is recessive. So the process in grafting white out of black, that's evidence in Cheddar Man being in that European region, because he started his works in Patmos or Pilon. Then, after some mischief in the holy city, the whites were gathered up and made to cross the burning sands and was roped in Europe, in the Caucasus Mountains. But prior to that, some travel or travel off the island of Pilon, in which we could believe that to be due to the amount of subjects that Yaqub had with him during his experiment, or when they said you can make your man, but you can't make him here. So he took him and his followers. So what they found was, in that region in Europe, dark-skinned man, blue eyes, straight hair, which their scientists believe true, that was one of the first Europeans and white skin became later, but they didn't go into depth on the purpose and how the white skin came to be about. That was the mystery. You had some scholars, and you even had, man, I forgot the brother name. He was on Hidden Colors, and he was stating that blacks left that warm, hot climate in Africa, went to a cold climate, and over time they began to lose their pigmentation and their dominant genes and became white. And folks, that did not happen. That did not happen at all. That's virtually impossible. You don't lose melanin when melanin is a chemic base or a chemical base. Melanin is a substance. Melanin, that's like saying you can set any color in a cold climate and come back, and that color would reverse itself to a pale color just by sitting in the cold. That's just like saying, as long as the Eskimos been in that cold climate, they all should be white looking. They wouldn't be brown. They lose their pigmentation. When you can get from brown to white quicker than you can heavy melanated or black to white. So that theory he got is debunked, and I'm surprised more scholars and scientists haven't came out and challenged his theory. But that leads to, in part, to the fact that fear. He probably knows the fact that how the process happened, but two things. Some don't want to give the Honorable Elijah Muhammad credit because they ran from the teachings, or they either criticized the teachings and now they got to turn around doing the about face and agree with the teaching after they've been a proponent against what Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught. Secondly, they fear that, I got a career, they're paying me. I don't want to rock the boat in a sense, but I'll do all the safe topics in which I won't upset anyone, or I'll do subjects that's widely known and I'll elaborate on them, but I'm not going to rock the boat. Now that's been the problem of the black man in America since we've been here, or since post slavery. That's been a problem of you got to get permission, because you have to have a slave mind. You have to get permission to break out your findings, whether it be in history, science, biology, or whatnot. If you find something out, you have to wait until the white person puts it out in your mind before you share it, because you don't want to rock the boat when truth is truth and knowledge is knowledge. Just like Atwell, and I hope I'm getting his name correct, the one who discovered, after 2,000 years, discovered the Flavius Josephus involvement in the New Testament and that whole conspiracy of creating that part of Christianity from with Flavius Titus on to Flavius Constantine, the Flavian family. As he broke that story, a lot of people outrageous said it couldn't be true, but they couldn't dispute his facts and his evidence regarding the war in Jerusalem, with Jerusalem, from the Romans and the writings of that they wrote about pertaining to Jesus. They couldn't dispute the evidence. They couldn't dispute the writings of Josephus, and he's talking about Titus as he swore he would destroy the city of Jerusalem and not leave one stone on top of another. That's also in the Bible as well. Or how he waited to enter into Jerusalem. And this is Flavius Titus waited to enter into Jerusalem. When he got there, he waited. Forgot how many days. As the same as was written about Jesus, he got to Jerusalem and he waited. The comparison is like, man, what's going on? But Atwell or Otwell or whatever his name is, he broke that story. He dared to go there, and he came with proof. That's like with anything. When you make a bold decree, make a bold statement, you have to be backed by some scientific, mathematical proof, bagging your words, or else they're just empty. Then we can lay it on the table and we can start disputing and picking apart, and then we can reach a conclusion. Or we can agree we can agree to disagree, or we can agree not to agree with each other. Either way, at least you presented your side of the story with facts, or you presented what you've discovered. Because we're not sitting still. We're constantly moving forward, meaning the planet is not still. The planet is rotating on its axis at 1,037 1/3 miles per hour, which means we're moving. We don't feel it, but we're actually moving. And as you move into time, then you evolve with the time or the environment or the positioning that you're in at that time. So things will change. Either you're getting closer to the sun or you're getting further away from the sun, but you're not sitting still. So with new arrivals come new thought, new awakening, some breakthrough moments, but also new changes in the weather, new atmosphere. All that plays a part because we're not sitting in the same position we were 2,000 years ago. Planet is moving. That's why you have time by the seconds to the minute due to the rotation. But motion, as soon as thought creates motion, or motion creates time. As Honorable Elijah Muhammad stated, when you move, when you're in motion, you're creating time. When you're sitting still, you define time. Meaning, you sitting still, time today will pass you by. That's why they say, keep up with the times. Or the country folks had a saying, don't let grass grow up under your feet. Meaning the grass and things are still moving, you're just still, and now grass growing all around you. And then you become useless. Now you got weeds and everything growing because you're not cultivating, you're not moving. Or a body at rest stays at rest. Body in motion stays in motion. If you're not moving around or involved in some sort of activity, then things starts to reverse itself, I'd say, in a sense. And then ailments start to kick in and all other kind of things. So, you have to be very aware of what's what in today's time. You can't be clueless or oblivious to the times and what's actually going on. As Brother Farrakhan stated, the time and what must be done, because things must be done at a particular point in time, or what we call history, that we're making history right now. But we also prepping for the future based upon what we've seen in the past. That's why you have a strong will or forgement to fight against certain things that's been plaguing people for in the past. Such things such as racism, because it's Black History Month. We getting on racism. The fight against racism is so strong because it's outdated. So people forge a way through or past the racism, and now it's a point to where it's no justice, no peace. Because that old caste system, British knowledge of trying to create a statement of royalty, meaning if I'm of royal blood and you're not of royal blood, then you're beneath me. And if you and then to hide the fact that they did a reverse on us, to hide the fact that they were in Egypt and Africa studying, marveled the wealth of Africa and marveled the constructions of the Moors. When they conquered, they made everything dealing with black bad, no matter what it was. They deemed it bad. And then so from that caste system that the Indians adopted in India from the Brits, if you were of dark-skinned nature, you became the untouchable, and we'll raise up white, and then the lighter you are, we'd give you some type of a leg up. But still, if you had that 1% black blood, you still wasn't considered part of the white clan in a sense. You were considered black. But to cause disturbance amongst black, we'll hold you in high regard against the darker skin, so that can create some sort of tension, divide and conquer. That was the game. Some actually believed they were better because they were lighter, but then got around their white families and realized, damn, I'm still a nigga. That's just factual. So, I guess in all I'm saying, the game is up. We figured out the game. It's dead. Or we can say that it can't continue forth in time when it's outdated, because then it becomes poisonous because you didn't know when to let it alone. Now it reversed against you. It had its time in the sun, and now it's gone away. All of it. But now it will be a problem for the slave-minded individual. The ones who see a white person and don't know why they gotta tip their head or give them some undeserved praise. It's just in their bones. Well, that's outdated. They're outdated. They can't go on into the hereafter with that mindset because it's of an old mindset. And as it was stated in the teachings, we're not taking anything from this old world into the new world because you are pausing the new world with your old mindset. Verbal Pick Radio, we're out.